Alright, we're at Brimfield. Been shopping around a bit. Already feeling super lucky about the finds. I've never vlogged so publicly, I'm getting stage fright. So Brimfield isn't just one event, it's like several different markets just along the same route. So you have to kind of do your research as far as what field you're interested in shopping in. We chose Quaker Acres, so far loving the choice. We're gonna try and stop at a couple of the different fields. You wanna come to Brimfield with a goal. What are you buying? Because you can't stop in every booth, you can't see everything, so coming on a mission is definitely key to finding the pieces you're looking for. I've got a couple bundles I'm shopping for. I'm looking for baskets, I'm looking for brass, I'm looking for wood shelving, and then I'm looking for like fun, eclectic, colored glass. I don't have a goal for myself, but I'm sure I'll leave with a couple of items. We'll check in soon. Alright, we've survived our first 2 hours. It's 9:30. We made it through Quaker Acres, which was a great field. There's no admission fee. The way Brimfield works, I think there's like 14 fields and each has anywhere between like 50 and like 300 vendors. I'd say there were a couple hundred in Quaker Acres.
Over 100,
yeah, it took us 2 hours to go through. You also have to pick and choose which booths you're walking into. If we walked into everyone, we'd be there all day. We came back to the car to unload our finds. I am lucking out. I've found so many things for all of the bundles I'm shopping for and a couple of things for myself. I think we're gonna go try, I think it's Central Park is the next field I want to check out. We parked kind of in the middle so we can like go in either direction pretty easily. It's definitely way slower than I expected it to be. I think it's like Tuesday, it's opening day. I think the weekends are probably when it gets a little crazy, but like way less overwhelming than I thought it was gonna be. Way less people, so. The pricing in the booths is definitely, some of them are crazy. I mean, it's an antique show, so a lot of the things are like super collectible, but if you're like looking for specific stuff, I was on the hunt for some baskets and I got one for like $3. So you just gotta keep your eye out, stay hopeful. They're good deals if you persist. So we're just resting up before we head back out. It's only been 2 hours. I don't know what time the festivities end, but I can imagine we'll be here a while longer.
Surely need a second cup of coffee or two.
Maybe. Love you, bye. I'm very clearly no longer at Brimfield. I am home, I am napped, I'm showered, and I'm ready to share with you a haul. And I'm also gonna go over like all of the things I wish I knew, stuff to keep in mind if it's your first time going to Brimfield, and my favorite places to shop while I was there. I'm gonna go in the order of which I acquired these things. A lot of the things that I bought actually aren't for me. On my Instagram, I do home decor thrift bundles, and I'm currently shopping for 3 different people. So only like 2 of these items are for me to keep, and the rest are for bundles. So there's kind of, it was fun being able to shop for a bunch of different vibes. So this first item is for one of those thrift bundles. She loves brass birds. And so there was actually, the brass selection at Brimfield was so unreal. Some of it was obviously priced for the market. Brass is hot. Some of it was like a steal. So this is the first thing I came across. It's this beautiful brass owl. And this is one of the items that I actually talked them down on the price on. And he's stunning. And I think she's gonna love him. The next thing I got was actually for the same bundle. She's also looking for brass vases for her wedding. She said she's thrifting just a whole collection of them. I think probably for centerpieces on her table. And I found this stunning, it's like this etched brass. It looks like it was painted at some point. I might give it a polish before I send it over, but I think it's gorgeous and the details are amazing. The next thing I got was for a different bundle. She's kind of giving grandma core. She wants her apartment to feel like your grandmother's house. She had a lot of wall shelves on her Pinterest board that she made for me. I thought this one would be perfect for her collection. This is such a great way to sneak in some storage in a small space, so I think she's going to eat this up. The next thing I got was another brass vase. This one's itty bitty cutie adorable. Took me a minute. It kind of looks silver because it's so patinaed. This one also has some really pretty etching. One of the things I was on the hunt for out the gate at Brimfield was baskets. My grandma core bundle had a lot of baskets. She has a lot of like open shelves. It needed a way to like store some smaller items. And this is the one I found. A lot of Brimfield is obviously hit or miss price wise because it is antiques. So a lot of the baskets I was coming across were like $200 and she had a budget of $50. So this bestie was $3. So I think she's gonna love it. There was one booth I came across in Quaker Acres that like literally everything in the booth was come homeable. So I got quite a few things from them for like a bunch of different people. The third bundle that I'm shopping for was my giveaway winner. She has the most fun, like funky, maximalist, eclectic 70s vibe, like colorful, floral. And so shopping for her was probably my favorite out of everyone. Sorry guys. But I saw these glasses. This is a set of 5. And like the color and the floral detail is, I mean, come on. I actually got another thing for this same bundle in their booth. They just had like the perfect vibe and the glassware was incredible. There's this stunning green glass pedestal bowl. I guess it's a bowl. Another incredible find. I forget the name of the field, but it wasn't one that I saw on the map. It's one that we stumbled upon. It was the only one I had to pay to get into. So glad I did. There was one tent that everything in the tent was $5. So I also grabbed quite a few things there. First things first, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or if I'm going to hand it off to one of the bundles, but it's this stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, I don't know what this is. I don't know her intended use. She could use it clean, but it's also got these incredible etched details. It was priced at $8, but I got it for $5, I swear. Lots of brass here. I think that's the end of my brass. Other $5 find, a set of these pillows for my 70s themed bundle. The colors aren't picking up as great on camera, but I thought these were just giving the perfect 70s vibe. And I'm gonna wash the pillowcases for her before I give them to her because I'm a kind human, but they feel like really lightly used. So really stoked about these. And in the same $5 tent, one of the very few things I purchased for myself. For context, my boyfriend's moving in with me in a couple of months and he's very nerdy history buff, and so he saw this and decided it needed to be in our apartment. I don't know who she is. I don't know what it is. I don't know who she is, but I love the stone and I love it. Feels sculptural. Boyfriend find. Okay, the last item I got for myself, one of 2, is this. It's like a chrome spice rack. It came with all of these glasses and they're all labeled with what spice goes in each. There's like 20 different spice jars and it's like on a On a little lazy Susan, I have a corner of like dead space in my kitchen, and I've been trying to figure out what to do with it, and I feel like that'll be a really great way to like add some storage. It'll clear up some cabinet space for me and add some chrome. I always love to add some chrome. This one's for the Funky Maximalist bundle. She had a lot of animal print on her board. I thought this glass printed tray would just be the perfect accent to any of her shelves, or like a coffee table, or you know, she could put a candle on it. Opportunities are endless with this one, and it's just so pretty. And the last one, I'm kind of cheating because I didn't get it at Brimfield, but the day before the fair started, I stopped into an antique store in Sturbridge where I was staying, and I found this adorable little transferware plate, like trinket dish. Thought it would be really cute for my grandma core bundle. She's so cute. I couldn't be more stoked with everything I brought home. I probably only spent like $200 on everything, which like such a great deal for like some really good quality pieces. I kind of wanted to give you an overview of my experience and some tips from a noob, what to expect if you're going to be shopping at Brimfield. We spent a total of 5-ish hours walking the fields. It was opening day of the fair. And what I didn't know going into it is that not all of the fields open the same day. So there were like a handful of fields that weren't open yet. I think like 3 or 4 opened Wednesday or Thursday. So there's definitely a large chunk that we missed out on because we went opening day. The plus side of going opening day was it was really slow. There was way less of a crowd than I was expecting. So the morning felt like really easy, not overwhelming. We got there around 7:30 in the morning, which a lot of people say like get there when it opens, like sunrise, like 6 a.m. And personally, like I felt 7:30 was a comfortable time. We had no trouble getting parking. I mean, obviously there's certain things that maybe got picked up before we made it there, but the selection is crazy and the finds will find you. So don't sweat getting there right when it opens. You'll have a great time either way. My favorite field was Quaker Acres, which is where we started. There was no admission fee, and it was the biggest of all of the ones that we went to. So if you're new, that's where I would start. And then we sort of just adventured the map, let Brimfield dictate our adventure. I think I would have loved to have another day, because after 5 hours, I was so beat, and there were like still so many fields, and I just could not do it. We ended up staying at a hotel in Sturbridge the night before so that we didn't have to travel in the morning. I think next year I'll probably do a stay in a hotel the night after into the second morning, and I'll get more bang for my buck. Bring cash. There are ATMs. There's lots of food vendors. We ate at, I think it was like Roadhouse wraps and bowls, and my lunch was so good. It breathed life back into my lungs. Be willing to barter, offer prices. A lot of the booths aren't marked at all, so you're not going to know the price until you ask. So throw them an offer. You never know if they're going to take it. And be ready to hunt, because we probably went to hundreds of booths today and only bought stuff from, you know, a handful. Don't feel like you need to pop into every booth you pass by. A lot of it is like super niche items. There's like a lot of history buffs. There's a lot of like war items, stuff that like I'm not into. The wagon was a game changer. I've seen a lot of videos saying to like ditch the wagon, and honestly I don't know how I would have done it. We had to make a trip halfway in to like bring everything back to the car, and I cannot all the stuff. I just imagine me carrying this all on my person like around the fair. Like that just, the wagon was great. It was like kind of annoying when we'd stop at a booth you can't like bring the wagon in. So like that part was maybe unfortunate. I'd have to leave Cole to attend to it or like bring all my valuables in. I will say we did leave it unattended here and there, and it's all good people. People were leaving their wagons outside of booths. Obviously keep an eye, don't go too far, but I personally did not feel that I was going to be thieved upon by these people. Dress for the weather. It's gonna be cold in the morning and it'll get hot at noon. So just be prepared, wear your sunscreen, wear your deodorant, be ready to pee in a porta potty. People travel all over the world for this festival, so if you have a chance to go, I could not recommend it more. It was like the best time I've had in a long time. So you're gonna love it. It's not as overwhelming as everyone makes it out to be. Just go in with a good mindset, you'll have a good time. I am so glad you tagged along for my Brimfield experience. Leave a comment below what you think my best find was. I think these glasses have to be my favorite find. Come follow me, come join the fun, sign up for a thrift bundle. I'm really good at shopping for people. I love shopping, let me do it for you. Let me know if you have any Brimfield questions. I'd love to answer them for you. So, love you, bye.